got the window open. Oh, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Going live. It's going to be a good one. Got my Angry Alan t-shirt on. Got my Angry Alan Malta Tour t-shirt. Oosh. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm super chuffer. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear and your left ear. I assume you can hear me out there in chat land. I might be a little bit quiet actually because I was talking to my sister yesterday and she was too loud. Oh, now I'm louder. Big ups. Big ups, big ups. Good morning, Exmouth Dave. Excuse me. Big ups, Prophecy UK, Martin, Katrin, Keeley, Paul, Mel. We've got him. We've got him. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this is morning time. I didn't watch this bollocks yesterday. In case you don't know what we're talking about. In case you don't know what we're going to be talking about is last night on his channel, he thought this was his best thumbnail ever. His head looks stupid in it. He looks stupid in it. We're going to be having a little walk through this. Now it is an hour, 50 minutes, 2 hours of absolute garbage nonsense. Regurgitated nonsense. There is nothing really particularly new in it. So you don't need to go and watch it. Okay? Skimming through it, even if you do want to go and watch it, skimming through it is all you need. Obviously the dedicated among us will have had a good look through. I haven't had a good look through, so the dedicated among us will. I've just picked out a couple of moments that I think are the fucking dog's bananas. So, good morning everyone. I hope you've got your little weed. Saw it in chat. Big ups Keely, little weed. Nowadays when I smoke a reefer I'm thinking little weed and it's cheering me up. I got a coffee. I drink decaf and I've put 2 spoons of Nesquik. Bad. I might not even be vegan, I didn't check on the packet. Chocolatey it up though. 2 spoons of Nesquik in there. And it was a lot of the same old waffle, but let me tell you, I'm going to start with this. I'll probably finish with it again at the end. I'm going to pick out a couple of pieces. Of course, it's all the same old nonsense. He even gets a bit more rolling around in the mud with some of it, but this is absolutely gorgeous. Let's pick up about 13 minutes in.
They didn't organise to come into my live chat, did they, when I was on telly? No, they just all happened to turn up, didn't you, Diem and friends? Can't speak, Diem, can you?
When you're on telly.
You sure can give orders.
He's so angry.
He loves to give orders, doesn't he? He loves to make perverted films about Gary Glitter, about Jimmy Savile, about me chasing girls around the pub and they're running down the street, about me having a best friend who told him that I sit outside schools watching the kids.
I mean, this is all good. If you're on your main channel, you've now degenerated into becoming a troll channel that defends yourself against allegations of paedophilia. Said that before, but this is going to be big bigs.
About me.
Oh, Pip, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. It's not going to be easy, is it? I won't lie on it too much because obviously it's something quite hard, but we know how we're all here for you as we understand how you feel. So yeah, it's a real tough thing, but you know, the beauty that you'll remember and look back on is all the good times you had together, I'm sure.
And Dr. B selling kids from Bosnia to America like pizza orders because he read about the Pizzagate and decided to put that on me.
What the hell? I am live right now. You are in chat right now live with me. Alan is not live. He was on last night, but I couldn't be asked. I was watching old boxing matches instead of watching Alan's arse spewing its. I don't want to get too crude, but you know, it's the morning, so I don't want to get too crude, but you know.
All he does is perverted, filthy videos.
Right.
From his mind and projects it onto AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done.
I'm sorry, what? This is gold dust. This is poetry. This is the best it gets.
Projects it onto AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked because I wanted to know if Bundy was right. There is no child porn on the internet. Only role playing. I know that. So don't throw things at me.
Okay, might throw a few things at you here. Right, might throw a few things at you, like your own words. Wow. Okay, so let's piece by piece. Forget Martin and the projections that he's accusing. Let's just talk about what Alan's actually talking about himself. About himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I've never been arrested.
I've never been arrested, okay? Point one, I've never been arrested. For what? For anything, ever? Okay, whatever. I've not been arrested either. People don't all get arrested all over the show. Fair enough.
Check my computer.
They've checked your computer. Who have? By the inference of what he's talking about, the arrest aspect, we to assume it's the police. People in chat would say, I think you're talking about the police. They've checked his computer. Now, the police can't check your computer if you've not been arrested, can they? No, the police aren't going to knock on my door and say, excuse me, sir, we're doing door-to-door computer checks today. Would you like to hand over your laptop? I'd just be like, close the door. No comment. Come back when you close the door. Do you know what I mean? What's going on? Oh, who's this?
Louise Brown sent tippies.
Is that Chris Hansen? Look.
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you. I'm going to be popping the thing in the chat myself. Thank you. The tippies. I love the smell of tippies in the morning. Good morning, Vietnam. I love the smell of tippies in the morning. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. They've checked his computer though, right? So something here isn't the truth, is it? Either he has been arrested and they have checked his computer, but if that had happened, I've got a friend who worked for the police in this exact department, forensics, IT. I might have to get them on the phone. I haven't spoken to them in years. If they'd been arrested, they take the computers away, sealed bags, goes in the evidence room, goes in the system, takes months. You don't get that computer back the same day. The police don't sit down at your desktop and have a little search hard drive for child stuff. Oh, no, it's not there. Okay, thanks, bye. Like, that's not how it works. So either they've checked his computer because he has been arrested, or he's not been arrested and they've not checked his computer. One of these things is a lie. Alan wants us to believe that he's not been arrested, but the police have checked his computer. Why are the police, maybe not the police, maybe this they is someone else, but why are people checking your computer for child porn? That's awful. It gets worse. It gets worse.
I've done nothing wrong.
I've done nothing wrong. Well, obviously we know that Alan's done loads of things wrong, so we know that one's a lie. But in this context, it seems pretty bad to have these videos of you with the kids on small. That seems bad. Big ups, Carol Big ups, Carol. It's early in the morning for me. Thank you for the £5 super chat. Hype, hype, hype. This is a good one, isn't it? You don't have to watch all of Alan's nonsense. I'm going to sum up the highlights for you here. And this is a massive highlight.
Videos from his mind and projects it onto AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong. Done nothing wrong.
Yeah, midnight, Curtis. Yeah, it's always midnight. I say that because somewhere in the world it probably is, I suppose. For Alan, it's pretty dark.
There is no child porn on the internet. I hate it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There is no child porn. I'm going to have to say the words. We're going to get demonetised, whatever. Thank you for the monetising tippies.
Andy sent tippies. Have a smell of this LOL morning MIMPS.
Good morning.
Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Vietnam. Enjoy your coffees. It's 9 in the morning for us in the UK, 10 in the morning. And enjoy your coffees, Mimps. Thank you. This is definitely not getting monetarised with all this talk of child porn, is it? But thank you for monetarising my content for. Thank you.
So glad you're exposing this creep. David Brent meets Gary Glitter. Gross. Big ups, Scott. Love your channels XXX.
It is gross, but
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
I'm actually starting to find it funny. I mean, obviously the Gary Glitter stuff, like the dark edge of it all, is dark and horrible. But I'm finding it funny that he's exposing himself on the internet like this. I don't know. I saw this in the morning and I thought, oh, he's not being... Because I didn't know... I saw that he was going to do a live stream and I saw the thumbnail and I thought, well, it's just going to be all the same old shit, isn't it? So it is the same old shit. But then he threw this... I didn't know he was going to shoot himself in the foot like this. A bit of a do. Thank you.
Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Chris Hudson. What are you doing here, Alan? Oh, the cat needs to come in. The cat needs to come in. Let's listen to Alan tell us again about what there is and isn't on the internet and how he knows.
From his mind and projects it onto AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
I'm on the internet.
I wanted to know if Bundy was right.
Oosh. So there's no child porn on the internet. Now, we know that's wrong. Sorry, Armchair Detective. I've not seen any myself, not had to search for it, but I know it's wrong because of all the police going on about it all the time and all the problems. Like, what? What is this? I feel like hiding my head in like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. It's like, what? You've said there's no... Well, Alan, what? Because you conducted an investigation? An investigation, Alan? What, you mean you searched for it? Alan is telling us on his own channel that he's been on the internet and searched for child porn. That's what he just told me. I'm not saying it, he's saying it. This is what's so great about Alan is I'm doing him in his, like the regardation police, doing Alan in his own words. He said it himself, right? We recently did a live, you can only watch this if you're 18, Angry Alan Vinnicombe versus the porn industry, because mother licks cunt off daughter's face, the internet search, oh my God, if you want to like find out all the story, it's all there. The mother licks cunt off daughter's face internet search that Alan did, and then he tried to get around it by saying, well, I was doing research for a documentary, and that's the same exact same excuse that convicted pedophiles have used, and then this is the documentary, we watched it. It was about 20 minutes of him saying, oh, the internet's bad. There's bad porn on the internet. What's it doing to our kids? There was no documentary. It's all a load of mumbo jumbo. And we did a big react to it. We've looked at it. At the end of that video of his documentary, he played about 40 minutes of an interview with Ted Bundy from the 1970s, where Ted Bundy said that he looked at some porn once. So that's why he brought up Bundy there. It's all there. It's all logged. It's all recorded. But it's no excuse. If Alan had any brain in the world, he would try and distance himself from the searching of the child porn, which he is now admitted to. You couldn't believe it, could you? You couldn't believe it. There's no one in the world, like, this is the difference, right? This is what needs to be, like, oh, Scott's done some funny songs, we're going to look at them later again. Oh, Alan, this and that. Like, there's no one in the world, right? Where am I looking for? I've got so many windows. You know, him and the kid on the smule. Alan singing with the kid on the smule. No, I haven't got one of those. Like, you know, no, like men his age don't have smule accounts with kids singing on them. I haven't been searching on the internet for child porn. Alan admits it all. Here he is, admitting it all.
Nothing wrong. There is no child porn.
I've done nothing wrong. There is no child porn. I've looked. Now listen, looking for it is wrong. Looking for it is wrong. Like, you coming in, meower? Looking for it is wrong, Alan. Like, what are you going to find? Like, what if you were successful? Then what? Then you've looked at child porn. So, how do you, like, what kind of investigation is that?
I couldn't be happier.
Leave that to the
Keely
police.
sent chippies. Big ups the MIMPS.
Big ups, thank you, Keely.
Super chuffer owes 10 hugs.
Big tippy in the morning, thank you. And you're not, unless you're drunk from the night before, which I assume you're not, that's a sober tippy from someone in their right mind, thank you. Unlike Alan's tippies, because I don't know what's going on with those people, but something's going on, isn't it? It's Cat. Yes, you're doing the complaining. I'm here giving you the kisses. Internet kisses. All right. So Alan's been searching for child porn. Let's just make sure we reiterate and go over that.
All he does is perverted, filthy.
I mean, I don't have to explain it. You and I both know. I don't have to explain it. You know yourself, don't you? You can make up your own judgment. I'm not here to put words in your mouth. I'm not here to put thoughts in your mind. I'm not here to put words in Alan's mouth. Alan is saying it. You can judge. Do you think if anybody told you that they'd been searching for child porn on the internet, do you think that would be acceptable? If anyone told you that, apart from maybe the police.
His mind and projects it onto AD.
I'm not projecting
I've never been
nothing.
arrested.
Mine's
They've
not
checked my
projecting.
computer. I've done nothing wrong.
They've checked your
There is
computer.
no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that.
What about the hard drives you burned?
There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
Right. You checked.
Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right.
Because years and years later, after Bundy mentioned briefly in an interview that pornography, and he was talking about snuff films and books. So, like, you know, snuff books, like, you didn't have to look at the internet for that.
I couldn't be happier.
Grandmaster Sid Sophos sent tippies.
Big
Morning,
up, Sid.
Scott. Alan comes from Svalbard, where the midnight sun occurs for the longest period in the Arctic Circle. The man has no balance, no Yi or yang.
Yeah, you
Super
got yang.
Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
He's got some yin up his yang, I'll tell you. Wow.
No child porn on the internet.
No child porn on the internet. Listen, imagine if a member of your family sat you down and said, listen, people are saying bad things about me, but I want you to know there's no child porn on the internet. I've been looking, but it's perfectly fine.
Only role playing. I know that.
Only role playing.
Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right. There is no child porn on the internet. Only role playing. I know that. So don't throw things at me.
Accept your own words.
And then they come up with smule.
Then they come up with smule. And he has a big go about the smule again. And let's just be clear about this. Again.
I have a dream. I have a dream.
I always had that dream.
That's not acceptable. It's not normal. Okay? It's not, oh, he could have sung with me a year later. He couldn't. The kid isn't VIP. The kid needed to sing with you on the day or the same day after or very tight close. You had a following. One of the kids was following you. Like, it's not normal. It's not acceptable. You add it up with all the other stuff. And in his recent video, which, again, I'm not going to go through all the minutes of this because it's just fucking drivel. But he does try and do that with me. He tries to say, oh, he did a song where he sang about Gary Glitter and he did this and he did this. And let's add it together and create a monster. It's just ridiculous. So I don't need to defend myself against his ridiculousness. What I'm doing is highlighting his own words where he's admitted to searching for child porn on the internet. And then you connect it with this, oh, it's bad with the smule. So we get onto the smule, right? And Alan has a little defense of himself on his channel. And I'm just going to pick this apart very quickly and just show you that Alan's defense of his smule account is no defense.
Smule.
I wanted you to see that as proof, guys. That's why she's in trouble. That's why she's in the shit.
Alan deactivated his... No, Alan's smule account was suspended. We all saw it. It's on our previous episodes. Val was talking about it in her video. It was suspended. They reinstated it. It was suspended. The reason it was suspended is because videos of him singing with kids came to light and they suspended it. Okay? They probably conducted an investigation of some sort. They suspended it. Now, Alan's got a screenshot here, and I will give you the benefit of the full screen here. Show me my Firefox, baby. Show me my Firefox. Good old Firefox. I know I'm an old guy using Firefox. I'm too old. I'm using Firefox. Shut up. This is the full screenshot. On this screenshot, you see the date in the top left corner. That's because Alan labels his videos with the date. So that's the name of the video that you uploaded. That's not the actual date on the screenshot. There is no dear whoever. There's no wider context. You can't. This could be anything of anything. And if you take this as good evidence, you're off your head. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and saying, okay, so this has been sent to him by somebody. At least we will say maybe it's been sent to him by somebody. But actually, if you look close up here, what you can see is JPEG artifacts. It might be a fact of the compression as it's uploaded to YouTube, but you can see on the original upload that Alan's produced here, there's some redness around those letters. See the letters, like you might have to squint a little bit. There's some redness around these letters. See this? See the artifacts, JPEG compression artifacts. So it could just be that this is a straight photograph, or it could be that someone's edited that, because it looks like there's some kind of color contrast artifact happening there. Some people are going to say it's just upload to YouTube compression. The point I'm making is that in a court of law, this is not admissible as evidence because it's like basically a bad photocopy, and it doesn't say your name, and it doesn't say what's going on, and it doesn't say from Smule, and it doesn't say anything, and it's not evidence, okay?
She's trying to get ahead of the shit. And that's why she's phoning the cops to find out if she's in trouble.
Big ups, Helen.
Well, you are in trouble, Val. So Smule got something back. Thank you for contacting us. We've reactivated your account like I asked them to. So I shut it down for 2 weeks while I sorted this out. You
He didn't shut it down for 2 weeks while he sorted it out. They suspended him.
can access it straight away. It wasn't closed by them. I deactivated it and they reactivated it. If you remove your profile in the future, please submit a deletion request through the form. I didn't know how to do it, so I just closed it down overnight because of these bastards.
Right, that's his story.
I did it the wrong way, but now I've got it back up.
And now Alan's going to prove his own story wrong.
And I can sort it out easier next time. I deleted the video of 7 years, of course. So
When the I've got a stream of it live when we recorded it happening. When he reactivated the account, we looked at it and the children's videos were still on it. So he didn't delete it, of course. He had to go back on later and delete it. So that's strange.
I couldn't
Big ups,
be
Deanne.
happier.
Deanne sent tippies. Keep making the videos put towards some weed.
Thanks.
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Little weed, little weed. I always say this, long before I was receiving tippies on the internet, I was able to pay for my own weed. I'm a fully qualified hairdresser, and I still do a few little haircuts around the way for a little bit of, moneys and a little bit of buying some weed. So I'm really grateful for the tippies, though. They might be going towards a solicitor. I'm not going to do a crowdfund. I'm going to, sort it out with the solicitor first, pay the bill, and then we'll talk about it on the stream. If people want to give me money, they can, but I'm not going to do a crowdfund. I can just quite happily, sort out my own shit. So Alan's going to prove himself wrong.
there you go. We understand how you feel, and we're sorry to hear you're having trouble. Well, get there. I'm having trouble. I'm getting accused of being a P for not singing with a boy. And I've got my number for the police.
So this, apparently, again, he's cut off the top. So it's supposed to be from Smule. It's just a letter S. So if you were doing a message or a YouTube, you've seen YouTube comments. Like, this could be anything, couldn't it? There's no evidence here this is actually from Smule. No evidence at all. But the message reads, "Thank you for your email, Alan Vinnicombe 8. Now, Alan Vinnicombe on Smule, the account that we're talking about, the problematic account, of course, is John Bray, isn't it? John Bray 6. Sorry. Fucking Ecosia. John Bray 6. That's the account that Alan's been using that's got all the problems on it. That's the account, yeah? So what the fuck is Smule doing writing to Alan Vinnicombe 8? Smule should be writing to John Bray 6. Why are they writing to Alan Vinnicombe 8? Alan Vinnicombe 8, I couldn't find it as necessarily existing, but there is Alan Vinnicombe 1, Alan Vinnicombe 89, and Alan Vinnicombe. So there are other Smule accounts in the name of Alan Vinnicombe. My guess is Alan opened up a Smule account, told it to close it, got a message saying, "Sorry, Alan Vinnicombe, if you want to reopen your account," and it's got Smule messages back and forth between him and Smule pertaining to a different account. It would seem that way because the video he's posted on his own channel as his own evidence says that they're emailing someone called Alan Vinnicombe 8, not John Bray. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got him. Even if it's true, even if this is from Smule, which there is no evidence to say that it is. Again, this is a very close-up screenshot of some words on a thing. Like, even if it is a real email from actual Smule, it's the wrong account, Alan.
Thank you for your email request. Your request is just them to reply to the police has been received.
Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear, Alan Vinnicombe. Dear oh dear.
They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked. Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right.
Yeah, you wanted to know what was going on in Bundy's head, so you went on the internet to check for child porn. Go in the court and tell the judge that you checked for child porn on the internet because you wanted to know what a serial killer from the 70s was saying about pornography in society. Go and do that.
Couldn't be happier.
The 1 cent tippies. Yeah, S for sex offender. What a wrong one.
Big ups,
Super
thank you very
Chuffer
much.
owes 3 hugs.
Thank you very much. I love the smell of tippies in the morning. Thank you. This is pure insanity, Alan. We move through Exhibit C. We move on to Exhibit C. Hang on, what am I clicking now? Clicking my way through my videos. Where are we going? Okay, we've got this one. Okay, Exhibit C, and this is quite a fun bit. Someone pulls him up about his bollocks during the stream.
I'm going to answer this question. Sarah Douglas been sent in to stick up for Scott, okay? Alan, didn't he Photoshop it after the fact, though? I didn't see the whole video, but the enlarged part wasn't there when he said you were on Smule with a child. I believe you, Al. I weren't. No, sorry, look.
Look, she believes him when he says that he wasn't on Smule with a child. I never said he was on Smule with a child. The problem we have is that Alan has got an open forum on Smule, which is a collaboration. I'm not saying duet anymore. I need to get this video up to, like, we need to do a video of, like, someone sent me a video. If you're watching and you sent me that video, it was really good evidence of how you do a collaboration. I forgot who sent it me, and I got like a million emails, so, like, I don't check my emails often enough. I'll make sure to check them this week. Please resend me that YouTube video about the collaborations and how people just join the room and all that. Because if you do a collaboration, people can join you. You can have multiple people join you at the same time. Then the video that you make you might have 3 versions, just exactly like it was with Alan and his Smule. And if you want to see this video of Alan singing on Smule, right, the account to go to is Send Trees, because it's up there on Send Trees. Children Sing with Alan Vinnicombe. So this could have been a collaboration where this happened at the same time as this one. The second one, as the same time as the third one, which didn't have the camera. So he could have been looking at 2 different videos of 2, like, you know, when you do a group chat on Zoom and stuff and you've got different, he could have been looking at multiple people in the same room at the same time. What can't have happened, what simply cannot have happened, is that this boy found this video a year later and decided to duet on it. That cannot have happened, because this boy doesn't have VIP and he doesn't have the facility, therefore, to just get any old video and duet on it. It had to have been it has to have been a recent video for those of us that don't have VIP on Smule to duet. So when I say recent, it has to be at the top of that list. You know, imagine how quickly those videos move through, right? You're talking the same day. It has to. You're not talking a week later or 2 weeks later. It's gone off the list. You've lost the ability to do it. So this had to have happened the same day. I don't know why that woman hasn't watched the whole thing, because here it is on Send Trees. Send Trees is linked in the description of this video below. It's all there. Like, you can watch it all. I don't know why she hasn't before she makes up her mind about AD. But yeah, okay. Alan didn't Photoshop it after the fact. Alan's talking about the thumbnail for the video, and Alan is now going to.
You're not being a troll, Sharon. But the point is, I said the thumbnail was photoshopped, right?
So this is pedantic bullshit. This is exactly what a narcissist does. What they do is they get caught in an argument and they say, no, actually I didn't say that, I said this, shifting the goalposts. He said it was all photoshopped. It turns out it's not. Now he's admitting it's not photoshopped, but just my thumbnail was. So he was right originally when he said it was photoshopped, because he wasn't talking about the whole video, he was just talking about the thumbnail. What kind of a defense is this?
The thing everybody sees on his channel is the thumbnail, right? If you go on YouTube, what do you see? Oh, thank you, Kelly. 5 members. Kelly, I've never seen you do that before. I don't know you, but thank you very much.
Why would Kelly do 5 members, man?
Kelly.
For this?
NC Queen free membership, flying school.
Gaza, yeah, why would you leave that video up anyway? It begs the question, doesn't it? Now that it's been deleted, how would you ever know if there were more videos? How do you know that wasn't just the one that he mistakenly left up, and like the 20 others that we didn't see? How do you know that? How do you know what he has private behind the scenes? How do you know about whether these, because one of these kids followed him. He says he's never done any invites to a, okay, you don't have to do any invites, but once the kids followed you, have you got their email address? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, do they use this account? Most paedophiles use accounts on Smule. As I said in my original video, what they do is they use it as like a auditioning open door. Then they get in somewhere else and they start talking to them on a messenger and stuff like that, don't they? It doesn't all happen on Smule. But that's the problem with what Alan's done, is that he's done the same things as other pedos do, but he's not a pedo, okay? Like, just be clear on that. I'm not saying he's a pedo, but he today said he searched for child porn. So we're now getting very close to him saying himself that he's a pedo. And like, what do you want me to do about it, Alan?
Lotsman free membership, Drama Llama 3 membership, Linda Ross 3 membership, Julie Mac 3 membership. Right, I've got to explain. Now, you're a nice person, Shannon. He didn't Photoshop it. He Photoshopped it after the fact. I agree. But his thumb was Photoshopped. And I said, the thumb is Photoshopped. Now...
Right, now, if that's the problem, if that's what we're going to be... You know, if that's the problem, I've fixed it. I've fixed it. Battery exhausted. You're watching the live here, yeah? If you go to videos now, I've fixed it. Scroll down. There it is. I've changed it. Now I've unphotoshopped it. I've taken a screen grab from the original video. Of course, I've blurred the boy's face out. You know, like they do in all the movies, the eyes. That seems to be the right thing to do, doesn't it? Blur the boy's face out. But now it's unphotoshopped. And it kind of looks worse. Because now Alan's leering and leaning into that boy on the duet style video. It kind of looks worse, Alan. But if that's what you wanted, then that's what's happened. Now it's not photoshopped. Now that argument goes down the toilet. And we can never talk about it again. Because now it's not photoshopped. Unless you're going to say, oh, he's photoshopped that thing over the boy's eyes. I want to see the boy's face. What do you want about, Alan? Now it's not photoshopped. I told you, if you keep moaning about it, I'd make it worse. I think that looks worse, if anything. The photoshopped one, the thumbnail version, I blow up the face to fit the thumbnail. But now I didn't. It's just exactly as it appeared on Smule. So, kind of looks worse in a way. But you wanted it. I'm the can man. Just like Dillian White, I'm the can man. If you want it, you can have it. You can get it. If you want it, you can get it. Please, Alan, continue to describe about how this video has been photoshopped or not photoshopped. I've lost. Which window am I on? Which window am I on? This one. Please continue to describe about this photoshopping.
I didn't see the whole film at the time. I just saw.
You didn't see the whole film at the time, Alan. It's on your Smule. It's on your Smule. You didn't see the whole film at the time. What, back then when they recorded it with you, or now when we dropped it on the Sentries channel and exposed it on the the Battery Exhausted channel? Did you not watch it? Because it's a video of you and a kid doing the karaoke on Smule. If I were you, I'd pay fucking close attention. Not watched it. So how do you know what we're talking about? And if it's photoshopped, if you've not watched it?
Thumb, didn't I? I don't watch his stuff. I saw the thumb.
So how do you know what you're talking about, Alan?
I said this has been photoshopped, and it is, and he admitted it, right? I agree. The video isn't photoshopped. The thumb is photoshopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I agree. The video isn't photoshopped.
Agree. The video isn't photoshopped.
Thank you, Alan.
I agree. The video isn't photoshopped.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Thank you for that. In this particular broadcast, there is a little section where he cuts a very small chunk of me talking. And he's like, oh, he admits that here it is. He admits that he photoshopped it, look.
A child in the...
I'm not accusing you of photoshopping it. You wouldn't know how to, Val. You used Scott's video. Who photoshopped?
video.
I have messed with this image. But you can see where I've cut the image. Because in the past, I was explaining that only the profile picture is photoshopped. And here he's trying to very narrowly clip a very small segment to misrepresent what I'm saying.
Photoshopped it. Not you photoshopped it. You used his video that was photoshopped.
Video.
I have messed with this image. But you can see where I've cut the image. I've cut the image here, this line.
Yeah.
I made Alan a bit bigger because I want him bigger on my thumbnail. And I made... Oh, cut it there then, cut it there. Well, that proves it all then, Alan, you win. Except today on your stream, you said that you've searched the internet for child porn and that the video is not photoshopped. The video is not photoshopped. So I think I win. You ever heard of this? You ever seen this? Sempre in excrementia sumus. I learned it as sempre in excremento sumus sed auto variat, but I'm not that good at Latin. You ever heard of this? Sempre in excremento sumus sed auto variat. It means we're always in the shit. Just the depth varies. At the end of today's stream, I will play a little bit about the song that he keeps going on about, because some people don't seem to have seen that. Sentries is the place to go. In the link in the description below, in the description of this video, is the name Sentries YouTube channel. At, Sentries. Go there and look at it if you want. I'm not going to fucking defend things on my... Even on my B-side channel. I just think I don't need to. But some people are desperate to see it again. Oh, why can't... Like, in Alan's own... There's Sentries. You want to get on that. In Alan's... This is absolutely incredible. And people have been saying it, and I do want to pick up on it. Armchair Detective. So, in his community post recently... Oh, there's a new one now, look. In his community... We'll look at that in just a second. In his community post, it says 14 comments. Now, I don't see 14, so I don't know what's happening to these comments. But this one... Oh, big ups Full-Time Thinker. The child is blurred on the thumbnails. Yeah. It needs to be. These aren't the lyrics he's saying, says Fleetwood Lass. these aren't the lyrics he's saying. Do you have a link to the video that he spoke these on? And then he's linked my actual video, my YouTube video, which is brilliant for me. Thank you, Alan, for linking my videos in your community posts. About 6.5 hours into 7 hours of drugged up abuse, he says. And the reply is, it's not there. Can you post the clip? It is there, because I didn't edit it out. It is there. But they just want to see the clip. So I've done that work for them. Obviously, I can't post on Alan's channel, can I? Because I'm deleted, I'm banned. But if you want to see it, it's on Sentries. I clipped it for you because like people want to see that. They want to be able to decide for themselves. So here we've got Assault, You Decide, Battery Exhausted Sings. They're the songs. And Door to Study and the original song that he was going on about, the old one that I made when I was 17, that one's on there as well. So no one's hiding from anything. They're on Sentries. You can go and have a look at them yourself. It's interesting that someone else has piped up here with, Alan, why are your mods blocking people with genuine concern for you and simply asking questions and stating facts like SJ did, not call the song Alan's Daughter? Yeah, exactly. He's got it all confused. He's got his whole, all this diatribe, he's got all this confused and it's not exactly right, and there's things that are missing and wrong, and there's inconsistencies, and we've got it all on video. So Fleetwood Lass says, I don't hear the lyrics. So Alan is promoting my channel, which disproves what he's saying on his own community posts. Incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. The man is now a troll channel dedicated to trolling some ladies on the internet and me, right? He's a troll channel. He's destroyed his own, like, you talk about algorithms and stuff. Recently on his lives, he's done one crime thing, which actually got him done by Disney. The reason he got it done by Disney is because Disney owned the Law and Crime Network. His subs don't seem to understand, but Disney owned the Law and Crime Network. So no, it wasn't Mickey Mouse that did him. It was the stuff he was showing directly from the Law and Crime Network that did him. And so that's not going to hit the algorithm, is it? ASMR didn't necessarily work out for him, did it? His previous murder conversation didn't work out. You went on about AD real life consequences. Rah, that got more views. Super Chuffer got the most views. So if he talks about Super Chuffer, he gets the most views. This thing only got 2,000 views that he did last night that we're reacting to now. He's a done, you know, he called me a busted flush. I don't know what else you'd call this. This is a fold. This is a fuck up your own hand and fold. All in Vin. Like, so the YouTube algorithm now thinks his channel is dirt trash junk. ASMR, ranting about trolls, bit of a thing about a murder that I got copyright strike for. Like, it's just a mess, isn't it? He's turned his channel into all. Say he's done that. Somebody might have been pulling his puppet strings a little bit here, mightn't they? Alan. He's fucked this totally down the toilet. It's a hard road to come back from that on YouTube, I tell you. It's a hard road to come back from that. Fuck that totally down the toilet. No wonder he's got 80k subs and no one turns up to watch. Like, fuck that totally down the toilet. So that's good. And someone wanted me to look at the comments on this, so I'll have a quick look on the comments, but I can't see that he's going to leave comments that disagree up. But Scott did not film a girl taking her clothes off. You're talking about a clip of a film that was already produced and published online, unrelated to the satirical lyrics in the song you're referring to. You're taking things out of context, Alan. No, but he put it on his channel as part of his work, says Nosy Nana. Like, they don't seem to understand, do they? Or they don't want to understand, which is what tonight I'm going to do a show on Super Chuffer. I'm hoping to get my arse into gear and do that. So maybe we'll talk about that sort of stuff tonight, actually. They love the video. He's got the best sense of humour. Can't help but think that CP statement is going to come back to bite you. There's a sharp-witted. Can't help but think the statement that I've searched for child porn on. I mean, I don't want to say it even because now they're going to clip me saying it and say Scott said it. But, like, you know, we all know. Alan said that he searched for child porn on the internet, and that is going to come back and bite him. Insofar as it doesn't have to come back anywhere. You can see it yourself. You're commenting. Like, it's not right. No one should be searching for child porn. So sorry for this, Armchair Detective. You don't deserve it. You brought nothing but enjoyment to me and have answered a lot of burning questions I had about the Chris Watts case. Somebody who seeks the truth at all costs. It's like, you know, some of you might have left a comment and it might not be there because you think you're commenting and you're shadow banned, so you think you're commenting, but it just doesn't appear. Good one, Alan. I'll follow a little bit of this. And then we'll play us out with the song. It's not going to be a long one this morning, but it's an incredible one, isn't it? Alan is... I will repeat this a few times because it's just so glorious. What kind of person would ever come on the internet and do a video where they said this? What kind of person would ever say this?
And decided to put that on me. All he does is perverted, filthy videos from his mind and projects it onto AD. I've never been
like detectives. They're having a right go with the bins out there, I tell you. Sounds like they're trying to fucking destroy them. I'm gonna need that back, mate. I need to put my, I need to fill it up again. Don't wreck it. Sounds like they're dragging them in front of the lorry and running them over. I don't know what they're doing with the bins out there. Yeah, right. Someone's had a bad night last night. Someone's had a bad night down the bookies and they're fucking slamming that bin around. Smashing the bins up in the road. Fuck your bins. I'm fed up picking up all your shit. Pick up your own rubbish, you fucking chuffers. Alright, mate. Don't worry about it next week. We'll miss next week, eh? We'll take it to the tip next week, don't worry. Sorry, yeah, Alan, you were telling me that you been searching for child porn on the internet.
From his mind and projects it onto AD.
Also, bear in mind, this episode today, it's going to get demonetized, isn't it? I've said the words child porn a number of times. I'm not afraid to say things on the internet, even though Google will sort of shadow ban this episode. So if you think it's important and you think this is the one that really slams him, this is the one that really, really is the truth, then get it out there. Share it. I really appreciate the shares. Shares are basically as good as tippies. Like, some people say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do tippies. Don't be sorry. That's cool. Do your shares. There's a button at the bottom that says share. You can do it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Share this video out. If you know someone who's into stuff that's funny on the internet and thinks child porn is bad, which is basically everyone, then share this out to some of those friends. Thank you. Alan, do continue.
AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong.
Sounds like Rolf Harris.
There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked. Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right. There is no child porn on the internet.
Right.
Only role playing. I know that. So don't throw things.
I think role playing's quite bad as well. I mean, I'm aware that there is. We discussed it in the porn episode, so I don't want to go on and on about it because it will make this video even 18 plus worse. But there is a market for a style of role play pornography. But even then, oh, that's all right then, Alan. So you filled your hard drive with totally above board role play pornography of that kind of nature. Oh, that's fine then, Alan.
Only role playing. I know that. So don't throw things at me.
Oh, sorry.
And then they come.
It's you doing it.
Up with Smule. Smule is a karaoke app that I've a problem uses, and me, and 14 million other people, right?
It doesn't matter about the 14 million other people that aren't doing it for paedophilia. Like, what if like everybody in the world drinks water, right? But so do pedos. So now I can't drink water. No, you can drink water fine, just don't be a pedo. How about that?
I sung on Smule a song. In fact, I sung 164 songs.
Yeah, over the time you're right, yeah. Because you got Smule VIP.
Have written to me saying I've never done a duet.
Right, obviously we've looked at that. He's still not shown us that. Smule have written to me saying they've never done a duet. Please show that. They haven't shown that. He's never shown that. Also, I don't care if it wasn't a duet. It could have been a collaboration. In fact, it looked more like a collaboration.
So, if I've never done a duet, am I chasing boys around the world, making them sing with me?
Okay, so I didn't say you were chasing boys around the world making them sing with you. The problem here, Alan, is that you've got an open door on the internet and through it have come some children and they've got video of them and you. Either you did, maybe like, for the benefit of the doubt, all you did was sing on your video and put it up there on Smule. And then weeks later, it can't be months, it has to be weeks, within the weeks. There's videos of you with the children and that's a problem. Like, you didn't have to chase them. You laid the bait and they came to you. That's what the pedos do on these. I mean, that's why I did my fucking video. It's, how dare you misrepresent this? The problem, Armchair Detective Blue, if you want to do some detective, anyone wants to make some notes.
It's raining again. I couldn't be happier.
Louise Brown sent tippies. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you. Thank you. 3 hugs and there's Chris Hansen. What are you doing here? Thank you for the the tippies. I love the smell of tippies in the morning is my current catchphrase. So this is the problem that we've got, Alan. Look, social media accounts pretend to be chicken nuggets and ice cream set up by pedos to lure school kids. They use these apps to lure the kids in. And on Smule, what they do is they use a song that kids like. They use okay, so you haven't done the fucking Crazy Frog song.
Alan's school report sent tippies.
Oh God.
Mrs. Vinnicombe yet again. Alan is tucking his bits between his legs and frightening the girls in the quiet corner. Needs to try harder, not dyslexic, just thick. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Big ups to the Reverend Emma White working on the bids. The problem you've got, Alan, is that this is not normal behaviour, but it does fit a pattern for paedophiles on the internet who lay traps for children. And once the children are halfway through that door, then it's about what goes on after that is the problem, isn't it? A song that kids enjoy on Smule. I have no direct evidence that Alan Vinnicombe is a paedophile. Just circumstantial evidence at the moment, it seems. I'm not saying Alan Vinnicombe is a paedophile. But he basically did on his own channel today when he said, I searched for child porn on the internet. Like, that statement alone sounds pretty close to I'm a fucking pedo, doesn't it? To the best of my knowledge, Alan Vinnicombe is not a paedophile. What do I know about the man? Social media safety expert Dr. Maureen Griffin said, musically took off by storm here a year ago at primary school level. It was a place where children could lip sync to their favourite songs. On Smule, there are several accounts duetting with children from Asia. I don't know what their objective is, but I know for damn sure that if it was my account, I'd have deleted or blocked access to children for fear this could make me look in some way like I was auditioning children. So there you go. This is a problem. Big ups, AJD36. Thank you for the £10 super chat. Thank you. Good morning, Vietnam, this is. Good morning, Vietnam. I mean, I feel like I've made my point now.
If I've never sung a duet, which I can prove. And if you, Scott, or you, Val, or you, Diem, want to have a bet, put your money up with either problem, £5,000 each, and we'll find out if it's true I've sung a duet.
Right, you haven't got £5,000, Alan. You haven't got 10 grand. If £5,000 each, like, you haven't got 10 grand. And I'm not, you're shifting the goalposts. I don't care about £5,000 whether you've sung a duet. How about £5,000 you're not a fucking pedo? How about that? How about Alan? I've already offered you. I'll do you like £5,000 to come on a show with me. Like £5,000's a lot actually. I don't think we raised that. Say £1,000. Say Alan, I'll do you £1,000 to come on a show with me and just debate it. Just talk about it. You know, put up a money and do this big man. Come and talk about it. Neutral channel. Doesn't have to be my channel. It can be someone else's channel. Someone that's not involved. Neutral channel. Talk about it. We can sell tickets. Fucking, you know, we can do it as a members only stream and then later on it can become public. We can actually make some money off it. I will make sure that you get your payment. Like, this big bollocks bet about whether you've actually sung a specific duet on a specific app once with this specific... You just said that you searched for child porn on the internet. Let's have a bet that if we went through your search history, that it's going to look fucking gruesome.
I've got it in writing for the police. And
but you haven't shown us.
Gave it to them. But let's have a bet, Val.
And your thing you showed us earlier was that it was in writing to somebody else, like one of your other accounts on Smule, not the actual account that was in question. Brum Vixen, I have a problem, is another one of his trolls who is also slightly on his inner circle. She's a troll of his, but she's allowed to comment on all his stuff, and she's got a crowdfund, and he's mentioning a crowdfund, bringing her up because he wants to get money into that crowdfund. I think in some way he's going to be involved in that.
Helen.
It's a scam.
Let's have a bet that I did or didn't sing with a little boy on Smule.
And there was a girl, Alan. And there was there was those 3, and there was another song with 2 on it. So there's 5 in total. Some of them were boys and some of them were girls. We'll just say kids instead.
Do you want to bet? No, of course you don't, because you frigging made it up.
You just made it up, Alan. You made up a very narrow, confined restriction. Duet.
You saw it and ran with it, because that boy looked up my song and sang to it. You decided it was me singing with him, not him singing with me.
Oh, that's a bit of pedantics, isn't it? But yeah, I didn't say that you... I very clearly and carefully said children sing with Alan Vinnicombe. You open the door, you do the first, or it might have been you were doing it live and they joined your room. So that's okay then, Alan. That's fine then. You know, I didn't suck that kid. That kid sucked me. I mean, for Christ's sake, Alan. What are you saying? This is not a defence. This is pedantic nonsense about language and semantics.
Months hence.
The problem I've got is that you've got a Smule account that connects with kids, and there's videos with you with the kids on the Smule account. I don't care if you put up the video first and they put it up later. Like when you go and look at those pictures on the internet that you were searching for, Alan, those pictures on the internet that you assure us don't exist on the internet, that everybody knows does exist on the internet, just the bad people have them. When you were looking at those pictures, Alan, right, you're not there doing the pictures at the time. The pictures happened earlier and someone photographed them. So you're innocent then, aren't you, Alan? Because you weren't actually there at the time live with the person. But you could have been there live at the time with this one. There's still a chance you could have been. It's not been totally disproven. That could have been a collaboration and they could have 3 people been there live at the same time. That could have happened. But it's still no defence at all. Because the problem is that there's videos of you with the kid. Do you see what I'm saying? Big ups Fit a Crime Walkie Talkie. Yes, this is live. No, I haven't checked my emails yet as well. So I need to check your... I'm aware that you might have sent me an email, so I need to... I'm just so slow at emails. I've got like Discord DMs, Twitter DMs, like actual people that I know in my real life that talk to me on the phone. Emails are on the list, but yeah, I'm sorry if I don't get to them quick. You know, nobody should ever be angry if they don't get a quick response. I mean, this is not a pop-up Val, not a pop-up Val at all, but I apologise instead that I don't quickly respond to my emails. It is a failing of mine.
And then people believed you. And my life was in danger because of you, Scott.
My life is in danger because of me. No, Alan. If you believe and perceive your life to be in danger, which is your own perception of things, a confused and deluded perception of things, Alan, it's because of you and everything you do and everything you say. Everything you do and everything you say. I'm just going to take it back a little bit, Alan.
And Dr. B. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done.
They've checked your computer. Who's checked your computer? Who is checking your computer if you've not been arrested? Why are they? How are they? Did they take it away from you and they've not given it back yet? How are you doing this broadcast?
Nothing wrong. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet.
So good job the Armchair Detective's in charge of the internet. He wants to have a little phone call to Elon Musk. He sorted out the child porn problem. Maybe he can move on to some of the other problems on the internet as well. Thank you, Alan, for that.
I checked.
You checked? Oh. Well, now that sounds sinister and horrible, like you've been looking at child porn on the internet.
Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right.
You wanted to know about serial killers' mindsets, so you decided to look at child porn.
There is no child porn
Sorry,
on the internet.
You didn't find any child porn, so you definitely didn't look at any.
Only role playing. I know that.
Oh, the role playing, so you watched that instead. This is all fine. This is probably fine then. I think we should just move on from that then, Alan. We won't highlight that and go over and over and over it. And
Please
you won't be hoisted by your own petard in this circumstance, Alan. Jesus.
Not true. Because I've got an official letter
Sorry,
from
Jesus.
Smule, which I'm not going to show you. I have it. If you don't believe me, I'm willing to bet you £5,000.
But you won't show it. So it's not a question of whether you want to bet us £5,000 or not. You need to show it. We're going to look at his today's community posts as well.
I'm told not to show you. I'm willing to bet you £5,000. But you won't take the bet, will you?
How about this? I'll pay you £5,000, bet or no bet, yeah? I'll pay you a straight £5,000 if we can do your Google search. Not deleted and hidden and all that. Have a look at your proper Google search. Hand over your laptop. How about this? I'll buy you a brand new laptop and give you £5,000 if you hand over your current laptop to me. How about that, Alan? Because you know things that get deleted can be forensically recovered. So how about that? You hand over your laptop. I've got a friend who worked at the forensic department of the police. How about that? I'll buy you a new laptop and give you £5,000 if you hand over your current laptop that you're using.
Liam, Scott, Val, you can all club together, Helen. You raise the £5,000 between you.
I can give it you now, Alan. They're extraordinarily generous in these tippies, and I'm not stupid with it. I save it up. I'm trying to save it so that we can do things with it. Like, if one of the things I have to do is take you to court, Alan, that can be arranged as well. But I'm not about wasting it. So it's quite an extraordinary offer I've made you there, Alan. You might want to consider it.
I promise you, I didn't sing a duet with anyone. I tell you what, I'll take you on £5,000 between you. Give it to I Have a Problem. I'll give her my £5,000. sort it out from there.
Oh, that'll be fine. We'll each give $5,000 to that woman in Australia who is launching a crowdfund so that she can come and visit you, and you've promoted it on your channel and she's not blocked in your chat, and yet she's one of your trolls. We'll all give her $5,000. That'll be a good idea. What are you talking about?
That was lies. But do I get an apology? No.
No apology, Alan. Not if you're going to be searching for...
Even if I did sing karaoke with somebody.
Even if I did? What do you mean now? What do you mean now? What now? Ladies and gentlemen, self-incrimination. Thy name is Vinnicombe.
That doesn't make you a paedophile.
No, it doesn't, but... you are now defending the very thing that you said you definitely didn't do. This is weird. Probably wouldn't have to do this if you... Probably is a... So you're saying that it's okay... Hang on, wait. So if I set up a small account, right, and I do essentially a clickbait for kids song, and then the kids come on and I'm singing with them, hey, that's fine. Except I'm 40 years old and they're somebody's kids. But it's fine, Alan is telling me. It doesn't make me officially a pedo, so not official. Don't have to wear the badge. You know, I don't have to start worrying about who's turning up at the train station. Don't have to, like, do you know what I mean? It's fine. That'll be fine. This will be fine. Everything's fine here.
My God. You're going to accuse 14 million people of paedophilia because they sing songs with people.
That's not what's going on. You just said it was okay for you to sing with kids.
I didn't accuse Val of going to the Caribbean looking for young men for sex.
Yeah, yes, you did. That's exactly what you did. I had no idea about her holiday plans until you enlightened us all on the internet about the practices of European women going over to Bermuda or whatever. Like, whatever like, you did exactly that. How are the people that watch your show, like, this is gaslighting, of course, but how are the people that watch your show not aware of what's going on? I mean, you ask them to take notes. Can't they go back in their notepad and go, hang on, Alan, pretty sure you did do that one. That was, because I've written in my notes, is that she... And you said, oh well.
Did I? She accused me of chasing ladyboys around Thailand because I went on a family holiday and picked up a ladyboy in the...
Now you've picked up a ladyboy. I had not confirmed their gender at birth or subsequent decisions in life until Alan just now. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got him. Like, today he's admitted to searching for child porn on the internet, finding incest-related porn. He's admitted to... he's admitted that the smule was not photoshopped. He's admitted that he... Like, he essentially showed us a message to Alan Vinnicombe 8, which is a different account, that he's messing about with different accounts, trying to manipulate that story and make it look like he's getting messages off Smule that are fine. And now he's told us that in Thailand, he went there as a family holiday. I don't know any of you in chat that have got families, right? Alan and his family are estranged, okay? And at that time, I think they were as well. I don't know how many of you got families, but is Thailand the best choice for a family holiday? That's up to debate. And going into a bar and picking up a ladyboy is certainly not an activity that you would want to expose your children to on a family holiday.
Street for a laugh.
It wasn't a street, it was a bar. There's a stool, there's a beer in it, it's a bar.
That instantly meant that I was sexualising her or something, was it?
No, she's sexualising herself because she's a prostitute. You're picking her up, which is bad because you're a tourist.
Automatically they think the worst, right? It was just
what do you mean the worst? What else is there? What's the best? What's the best in this situation? You were going to get her an education. Like, what is the best?
Laugh. I don't say, wow, you went to the Caribbean.
You just
I've
did.
been to the Caribbean many times in my poker. And at the airport, there's always a group of young men, boys, 18,
I mean, I'm not...
19, 20.
Listen, I'm not getting excited and angry and tetchy. I'm doing a bit of back and forth there with Alan for fun. But goes out to everyone he talks about, this does. Everyone he talks about. Do not let this get under your skin. The more that he perceives you to be angry and upset, the more he will do this, because he's actually getting some sort of sick thrill from watching other people be upset and angry, talking about him. You know, I'm not going to do a big show today, like, on this. This is morning. I've got a cup of coffee. Obviously, it had to be covered. There's a lot of you here watching. you know, obviously it needs a bit of attention on it because he said that he was searching for child porn on the internet. So that needed covering. But I'm hoping to do a Super Chuffer stream tonight about a different topic. I don't know exactly how it's going to go. We'll just see. I'm a bit like, but we'll see how it's going to go. I think it might be a good one. I might fuck it up. It might be a copyright nightmare as well. So, but we're going to do a different topic tonight.
Raining again. I couldn't be
Big ups to the blind leading the blind.
The bling leading the blind sent tippies. All in VIN is bluffing with a bad hand. What a TT. Keep up the sterling work, Chuff Daddy Red Heart Hash.
Thank you very much. You're right.
Super Chuffer owes 10 hugs.
We caught him out bluffing the other day. Now I think he's actually played a card, if you could use that analogy, which is to tell a semi-truth. I mean, no one in the right mind would admit to searching for child porn on the internet, would they? So I think that might be a truth. But why it helps him, I don't know.
Hanging around, and within one day, they're telling them they want to marry these women. I'm not going to say Val did that. I'm going to say Val didn't do that. But she saw it. Gobsmacked. Because I saw him approach every blamer. And that's where the Smule with a blamer.
It's raining again. I couldn't be happier.
Miss Hera sent tippies.
And then whoosh.
Towards the £5,000.
Thanks.
The thumbnail started so well, then went cockadoodie. Your number one fan.
Thank you.
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you, my number one fan. Thank you for those 3 hugs in the morning.
Or accused of doing it. Like she accused me with the ladyboy in Thailand and singing Smule with a minor because I'm that's where the SO. Lies.
So is it though? Because there's a photograph of you there and there's a video of you with the Smule. So how is it lies? The only bit that's lies in that then would be the SO bit. We're supposed to believe this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. But that little bit at the end is lies. So obviously listen to Alan. Obviously this is the man that you want to be so confident in on the internet, who in his own show has told you that he's watching, like, you know, he goes on about, oh, how can you defend him? How can you be support Super Truff and all this? This man has admitted on the internet that he's searching for child porn.
2 things you need to apologise for, and I know you won't, Scott.
Me?
Wow, DM.
Come on then. Come on.
Cartoon lady.
Come on.
You want to apologise.
Come on.
You know you're wrong.
About.
But you want to apologise.
Come on.
So that brings me to a little film I made for you, which is, you might get a bit of humour in it.
It's shit. It's a load of bollocks. So I'm not going to go over all this bollocks. It's all the old bollocks. The only thing I wanted to pull him up on, which he didn't say there, I saw him say it when I was skimming through it earlier, but the only thing I wanted to pull him up on there as well was he said that I put the boy in danger. Like, I'm putting that boy in danger. Talking about the thumbnail and the boy on Smule. It's Alan that's done that because he had the video with him on his Smule and he's had the video and it's come out and like Alan has put that boy in that situation. Alan's the adult in control in that situation. Alan had the opportunity to block or delete or whatever. Alan had the duty of care to watch out for children if they're at him singing with him on the app. It's Alan's duty of care. He can't pass that buck on to anyone else. It's his fault. He's done it. He's doing it. He's still doing it today. Weaponising his daughter, weaponising that boy on Smule, bullying women. Alan is doing all these things and now today admitted to searching for child porn on the internet.
Predicament I'm in, that the police are moving slow, that the YouTube have done nothing to protect me at all.
So your bluffs came to nothing.
And I don't know what we can do.
You can't do anything about it, Alan, because it's just us talking the truth on the internet about you. So Alan doesn't have the choice of apologising because he can't, because he's an arsehole narcissist. And to be honest, I don't think you can apologise for searching for child porn on the internet. I don't think, the art competition, Audrey, do you know what, if I don't lead with it at the start of the episode, it doesn't seem to make sense, but we want to start the Alan art competition. I want to do a £100 prize. I need to put a time limit on it. And I need to say, it's starting today. Welcome to the episode. Today we're going to do an art stream. We'll do an art stream probably tomorrow about his art, you know, looking at his paintings, and I'll announce it then. And then we'll put an end date on it. And yeah, anyone that's hearing me say this, get your paintbrushes out or whatever particular form of brand of art you do. And let's create some Angry Alan art, and the winner will get £100 through. It has to be through PayPal, because that's the facility that I've got for sending money on the internet. So, but £100 will go out as the main prize.
Go and bear it, I suppose, while they continue to insinuate I'm a P.
You insinuated you were a P today when you said that you'd search for child porn on the internet. You did.
For 5 years. Of course, if I was a woman, they'd say I was a slag or a
What?
drug addict if I was a woman, wouldn't they?
Why would I say that? They're horrible things to say about women. Like, please know it's not a feature of my content to go calling people names like this.
Social media can be a terrible thing, double-edged sword. Thanks, Anna. You're not scared to say it. Thank you.
I think you're very handsome, AD, not scared
Everyone
to say.
likes compliments. Val, I know you're watching. Take down those videos.
It's
Do
never
the
going to
right
happen.
thing. Maybe apologise.
It's going to get worse now, Alan. It's going to get worse now because these ripples are going to keep rippling out. It's going to. I love the fact that certain people have still got their foot on your neck, so to speak, in this context. Like, more videos, please. More people. If you're watching and you're thinking, oh, I've got an idea for an Alan video, I've got a thought, and some of you in chat here are actually really, top quality content creators that I've been watching. So, if you've got any thoughts, let's turn the volume up for this, because Alan has admitted that he was searching for child porn on the internet, and that is a fucking weird and horrific admission. Like, there are different interpretations of what he's doing there, and you could examine them maybe, but I can't find any that seem okay. Even the one that says it's research for like a documentary, if you'd actually found those images, he's saying he didn't find them, I suppose, but if you'd actually found them, then research or no research, you still get done and get put in the prison. That's been seen because Chris Langham did it, and it was like, we've looked at it in the porn episode. So
What you can do, get out of Scott's clutches. Get out of DM's clutches.
Get out of my clutches.
Stay away from Helen. And tell your mate Tasha, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She has no idea what she's talking about.
And Alan has degenerated on his channel now. His channel has totally degenerated into this personal vendetta against a small group of people who hold him to account on the internet. So for the people that there's no chance now for Alan and his content. This is a beautiful thing about it. A beautiful thing. Beautiful.
And for those people that say the end is nigh, he's going to be taken down.
It's not. Listen. It's taking him down is one thing. I would put out some pointers here. Val has got a particularly good case for privacy, YouTube privacy. Let me see if I can open a window. Submit a privacy complaint. Like, so I'll put like this in chat, and if you're watching, anyone that needs to do that, like, obviously Alan can't do this because all his stuff is in all his content, but if your stuff is not in your content, then if stuff is not in your content, then you can submit a privacy complaint. I think Val particularly has not used her own personal private surname in her content, so that's a particular aspect of it. Like, Alan has, so he can't, and if he tries to fight it, he'll get his channel taken. Like, if he tries to submit those, that's serious stuff that Google will go against him and take his channel down for, so good luck, mate. But if there's, like, I haven't bothered to do one, even though I probably could with some of the stuff he's done, but that can be done. Also, a lot of you will have probably seen his content over the time and realised there's times where he's been racist or, done things that you can report, essentially. There's a report button on YouTube. Reports probably won't make the difference necessarily. The main one is the copyright, I think, for YouTube. And he's done so much copyright abuse over the time that I believe that if you contacted the media companies who owned those pieces of copyright material and encouraged them, for example, on his Red channel, there's that video that we looked at of his family photos. Yeah. So, which window should I go on? Yeah. We recently looked at Angry Alan's childhood photos. Those photos, not all of them belong to Alan. And the people they do belong to can have that video done for copyright. And if he gets copyright claims from this place, that place, from historical videos as well, it still matters, it still counts. They can be 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. The copyright claims start to hit, then the channel goes down. So I would say the main things to do are to search through the YouTube terms and conditions, check out the things that are really contravening, violating like policy, and report him for those, and the copyright things. They're the main ones. All the other stuff, whether he's a pedo, what he said about this, and who he said this and that about this person, and the bad things, and the Chris Watts defamation, none of that will get him off YouTube. That's his personal business. You know, we can do it for defamation and this and that, but personal business. The YouTube content itself, Alan needs to be, you know, YouTube. If you want him YouTubed off, then it's copyright stuff and it's violations. They're the things that you want to go at. But really, I don't think personally that's like, I'm not fighting necessarily to get Alan removed off YouTube. Alan is now removing himself off YouTube because I'm pulling his strings like a fucking little puppet. He goes on about little weed and Torchy the battery boy. Alan's the one with the strings and I'm making him dance. And he's got to the point now, right? He's got to the point now where his content is basically troll content. I mean, look at it. Troll content, self-incrimination, making himself look like a weird arsehole, making himself look like a creep, live streams that no one's interested in that get taken down for copyright. The Super Chuffer's the only thing he can pull the numbers on. He's basically his own drama channel at this point. Nobody knew in the internet world. It doesn't matter if like next week Madeleine McCann turns up, he's not going to get the numbers because he's just shit his own YouTube algorithm. It doesn't matter if Madeleine McCann turns up. Armchair Detective talking about it won't do the numbers. I challenge him. You know, I challenge him in this way. Do a Chris Watts one and see if you can pull the numbers again. Do a Nicola Bulley one and see if you can pull the numbers again. See what happens. You know, obviously you can't do either of those things because it would be the most disgusting use of their names. Like, worse than ever. But his recent true crime stuff can't pull the numbers. His recent fucking moaning about Val can't pull the numbers. Super Chuffer pulled the numbers. And it was a clickbait title. And it was a load of bollocks. Alan's ASMR won't pull. Like, Alan's... You have to realise, like, it's the court of public opinion. And it's YouTube. So what matters, there's a churn. Some people are going to leave your channel. Some new people are going to come. You need those new people coming and the channel growing to maintain on YouTube, don't you? And what Alan's got is a dead channel that he's driven into the ground and turned into an argument with himself. So anyone new is going to tune in, and the only thing that's possible now for Alan, for the new people, is through his content, they discover me, Martin, the other people, their content, and they start watching us, and Alan gets views incidentally because of it. But really, they're here to see us tear him apart, rather than see him succeed. It's very clear, that aspect of it. So Alan has ruined things for himself because of his own spiteful temper, malicious nature, and quite frankly, dark and savage behind the scenes reality. Yeah. Not very good, is it, Alan? Not very good at all. You must be seething. He must be seething at this. He must be furious. When he looks at, because the ultimate person that you have to be angry about, Alan, is yourself. Because you're fucking doing this to yourself. I've said it before, my opponent is punching himself in the face. You're the easiest person to do this with, Alan, because you're such a fucking idiot. You're such an idiot. You'll never learn. You'll never, like, oh, he won't admit he's wrong. Alan, you'll never learn. People say to me, how long is this going to go on for now? It could go on for a long time. Alan's numbers on YouTube and his career on YouTube and all that business, that's done, right? Death nails. He's a floating turd in the sea of sewage now on YouTube. The cream rises to the top, doesn't it, Alan? Yeah, but the shit floats. So, you know, he'll float around a bit, but he will never get what he wants out of it because he's addicted to these big numbers, the 50Ks, the 100Ks, the people thinking he's a big chuffer and he's got a good, you know, intelligent mind and think he's sharp and he's handsome. You know, he's going to have his little strange group for a long, long time. We're going to look into why they stick with him, maybe a bit more. I'm going to talk about it tonight on Super Chuffer, but not specifically this, but yeah, he's winding Val up, I agree. I think I agree with that. You know, he just wants to hurt somebody. He wants, like, he thinks, because Val recently, no offence to Val as well, I agree with her point. You know, she should have emotions and it's okay to feel them. I don't know if YouTube is the arena to explore them all the time, but I love Val. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm serving her a shit sandwich there, saying something bad in the middle of something good. I'm just saying my feelings. I love Val and I love Tosh and these people, and I'm sorry if I say things and do things that don't always, you know, sit in with the way they see it, because it's a shame. I love them. I don't want to make them feel bad, and I'll always back them. Like, if anything, even in an argument between me and Val, and between me, there's no argument between me and Val, I will back down and say she's right. I will apologise instead, because that's just, you know, that's how I feel. So, you know, whatever. But yeah, so I think he does try and hurt her. I think he does. I think he is feeling angry and upset himself. You know, like I'm pointing out, all this is going really badly. And here's someone on the internet who he's talked about and she seems a bit upset. So he's like, right, I'm going to, you know, it's horrible. It's horrible. He's doing it because it bothers her, yeah. And like, in the long run, I'm sure it doesn't bother her. You know, I'm sure when she takes a step and, like, you know, breathes, it, you know, you have to be able to, like, for me, it's like water off. I'm not enough comparing Val now because I don't want to make her feel bad like I'm comparing myself with her, but me independently of them, because we are independent, it's water off a duck's back to me. Like, he said a lot of fucking weird shit in this one as well about me. I don't need loads and loads of weird shit. As we all know with the lawyers, I just need the one thing that he's done that's pretty fucking bad, and we'll just deal with that. The other stuff will fall like dominoes. So he can continue to say weird shit about me on the internet. I don't really care. At the moment, it's a madman raving into his own microphone at home with less than 2,000 people. And half of those people have watched because they don't like him. So, like, what? Less like this one about, you know, less than 2,000 people turning up. And they're turning up originally for the true crime, not for the Alan's behaviour documentary argument. So they don't even, like, I don't have to care what this man thinks or says on the internet. Really, legitimately. I don't really have to care, do I? Like, so I'm happy to point out when he says things that literally take himself to the cleaners. But yeah, that's the way it's gone. That's the way it's gone. The way I predict in the future with me and Alan is that, you know, things like, if you're going to come on the internet and say that you're going to be looking at child porn, I'm going to do a video on it. But in the future, I predict us branching out on this channel to involve other lol cows. That's going to be fun. And doing Alan less, but every now and then. Because there'll always be some, you know, he'll always be kicking up some sort of stink, desperate for attention. Okay, that'll always be happening. But the pedantic back and forth, as the reason I'm not doing all of what he's done today. He'll say, oh, you can't face it. I faced it. I put the video up. You know, whatever you say I said in this song, you know, I put the video up on Sentries. It's there if people want to see it. But I don't need to defend some song that I did when I was 17 that doesn't even require defending, yeah? These things are all slightly incorrect. We'll play this at the end. Tonight, we'll show a bit of that. He's got it slightly incorrect, but it doesn't matter to me. Like I'm saying, that can go on. I'm not going to get involved in a petty back and forth about those things. So instead, though, big things, admitting that he searched for... I'm going to play it one more time.
My team, are they? They didn't organise to come into my live chat, did they? When I was on telly? No, they just all happened to turn off, didn't you, DM and friends?
And what's interesting as well is when I turn my back on him, as he's going to come in these coming weeks, he's going to have his... think he's like, oh, I've won now because Scott won't reply to my videos, but actually he'll have lost because even this thing that we're doing now, even this is slightly keeping him afloat in the algorithm. And like I said, cream rises to the top, but the shit floats. But I'll tell you what, after it's taken on enough water, it's going to sink. The little fish are going to eat it and it's going to sink. So Alan won't appear in the algorithm as much. The only things that will appear in the algorithm about Alan are the comedy videos that people make about him, the takedowns, the disses, and he'll really suffer. He'll really suffer. So if anything, he doesn't want me to shut up about him. Like, he must realise on some level that he gets a lot of views on his channel when I talk about him. We get more views on my channel when I talk about him. So that's the thing that's keeping his name in the algorithm for Alan more than anything. Like, just based on number of views looked at on the internet. So if we stop, he's going to just drop down again, isn't he? I bet he's afraid of that. Yeah. Deborah Rabbit, you say he's scared of me. I don't think he even understands. I don't think he even understands. I don't think he's able to apply his mind into mind. I don't think he can empathise or understand. I don't think he can, like, he's probably worried about things, but he can't, like, he doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a clue. Yeah, do carry on, Alan.
Speak, Liam, can you? You sure can give orders. He loves to give orders, doesn't he? He loves to make perverted films about Gary Glitter, about Jimmy Savile, about me chasing girls around the pub and they're running down the street, about me having a best friend who told him that I sit outside schools watching the kids, about me and Dr. B selling kids from Bosnia to America like pizza orders, because he read about the Pizzagate and decided to put that on me. All he does is perverted, filthy videos
Pretty angry about Martin, aren't you?
from his mind and projects it onto AD. I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong.
All right.
There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked.
I hate to warn you that. I didn't pick up on that on the first bit. I hate to warn you that. It's a weird choice of language, but yeah, do go on.
I've never been arrested. They've checked my computer. I've done nothing wrong. There is no child porn on the internet. I hate to warn you that. There is no child porn on the internet. I checked. Because I wanted to know if Bundy was right. There is no child porn on the internet.
Okay.
Only role playing. I know that.
Okay.
So don't throw things at me.
Okay, Alan. Okay. Okay. And yeah, Martin, of course, he's paraphrasing, isn't he? Insofar as when I say paraphrasing, I mean lying. Yeah, lying. I did just. Yeah, I think that's what I've got for you today about Alan. I don't drag this out, you know. But I suppose I was going to finish on a bit of the songs. I don't know how much of this you can bear. It's terrible. It's me singing. But the Alan's Dolder song that he's so cross about. Thought we might as well just finish with that because he'll be even more cross. Your dad likes to pass the buck, but you and me, we could. It's not very good singing. It's about 4 a.m, and there's 2 songs on this. Again, if you're checking the link in the description below, Sentries is the channel that I uploaded this to because it's just a bit of nonsense that doesn't bear even a full YouTube video. But we sang some funny. We sang Alan Smule, Alan Smule. We made up a song like that, and then we did Pandy Down to the same tune, and then I invented my own song here. But this is the writing process, so it's not completely finished yet. Maybe we should do the full version and do a music video. Always talk about it. Likes to pass the buck, but you and me, we could always talk about it. Your dad likes to pass the buck, but you know you could always give me a call. Call will be the lyrics now, but originally I said this. Suck. When your dad likes to pass the buck, you and me, we can always talk about it. Yo, your dad likes to pass the buck. You can always give me a suck. That's a good one. There you go. The whole video is there on Sentries, like I said, so you can enjoy that, you chuffers. What more do you want from me? I feel weird because this started earlier in the morning and now we've beefed our way up to the top concurrent viewers that we're hitting now. And I feel like now I should really run the stream for an hour or 2 because you're all here watching. But come back later on the main Super Chuffer channel where I'll do a live stream about something different and we can have fun there. How about that? And everyone else that's involved in media production that's in the chat, like, give Alan a hammering because he admitted on the internet that he searched for child porn and he said that there's no child porn on the internet. Like, that's today's headline, isn't it, in the world of Alan? A horrific admission when he says, how can you support this man? How can you? This alone is a horrific admission. A horrific admission. I mean, where do we go from here even? How can it get any worse for Alan? I'd like to see what you've got to say about it, and make sure you all leave your comments in chat. And if anyone in Alan's world, you know, needs to hear this stuff, I'm sorry that you feel that I'm attacking your favourite man on the internet, but he's not my favourite man on the internet. I'll tell you for that. Tell you that for truth. Tell you that. What's up? What did Lynn say in chat now? I find that less tasteful. All right, sorry, yeah. His Gasolina song, yeah, because he sang about the kids getting burned, didn't he? Gasolina, yeah. Yeah, when you put it all together, it just is a litany of ills. But yeah, have a good day, everyone. Hope you have a lovely day today. And I'll be back on later on the Super Chuffer channel for some mainstream content. And I won't be mentioning this guy specifically, but bear in mind when you're watching it, I am keen to get into the mind of the people in his chat and wonder what is going on. Why don't they just give it up? Like, why are they clinging to this floating bag of bones? Like, it's like if they're, you know, clinging in the seas of YouTube to this floating bag of bones. Yeah. Sorry for a horrible analogy to finish us off. What should I do? Should I do something nice to finish you off? Get you bright and early for the morning? Everything's copyright. Listen, the sun has got his hat on here. Pip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play. Everybody's happy. The skies are bar blue again. Sing a song of sweet refrain. Happy days are here again. Happy days are here again. Happy days are here again. Be good, my little puckos. Be good. And remember, if you can't be good, you're naughty.